into the pistol.
Yeah, we are. And a lot of grenades being purchased here, which is actually no big surprise. On a map like Cobblestone, grenades can sometimes be quite effective at range, just gunning down or like exploding a couple of terrorists like that. Smoke goes off as well, and they are going to try and keep a hold of the drop zone here, which is always important. Center of the map right now. Gotta make sure you don't let go of it. Grenade, actually, Sparrow kind of jumps down on it, almost like a claymore mine there. And Hunden is going to be forced back. MSL wants to come in here and help out, and they have to. They have to have a strong presence in the middle. If they lose the middle part of the map, it doesn't matter that Cillian is back here with a pistol. He's going to get overwhelmed. So this is pretty much everything. Hunden looking here for the first headshot on someone, but he's missing way too many shots. Innocent takes a kill on the Cillian. His backside, he goes down. Now they're in the bomb site, but the bomb gets dropped in the middle, and Freeze comes in with a kill. It's still a 3-on-3, and a knife on Minis. What is happening?
Outright chaos is what's happening. After a Cillian gets dropped, there it is, Freeze. Those 2 kills. Just amazing work by Freeze to save the day. That couldn't have gone worse for Cillian, though. He got double running headshot by Innocent, just running with the Glock. Double click on him. He's gone. And at that point, with that point man behind there who's just supposed to lock down that site gone immediately at the beginning of the push, you're thinking it's looking pretty grim here for Copenhagen Wolves. It's definitely not going to be an easy way back in here. But Freeze made the difference. Stopped the flank in the connector and then just went onto that site and got control again. That was huge. That was a big round from Freeze. There's just no getting around it. And now he's going to be perfectly placed to pick up that AWP in the next round if he wants it.
That was so strange. I don't even know what the knife happened. I wasn't even watching that. I was focused on the bomb being down inside B. Good initial double grenade there as well. And in spite of the Tech 9s, and for once we see the Tech 9s being horribly inefficient here as Copenhagen Wolves annihilate the incoming terrorist eco there. So no big surprise. But ESC, they've thought it through. They can still buy rifles in this round. So they throw a little bit away at Tech 9s. Not a big deal. They still got the AKs.
They still got the monies. Yeah, AKs is alright though. Okay. So AKs, let's see, couple smokes, couple flashes. Do ESC just go for another YOLO rush onto B? It's looking like they want to get set up in apartments at least. There's 3 guys close here for Copenhagen Wolves, however, and there you go, full YOLO. And Hunden is going to set it up. Double spray down for him, but he loses his mate. 2 very quick kills, but Freeze, he's not been cut off, and there's no smoke to block him. So he's going to be able to light them up as they try and get across to that site. Innocent, the first man taken out. But Minis and Rollin, they have to know.
Oh, nice shot through the smoke there from MSL. And you can tell it's not so easy once the X-ray is off to see exactly what's going on anymore. Rallen all alone here. 1v3. He's going to get a great headshot in on MSL. And that's now 1-on-2. He's going to pick up the bomb. And now he actually has so much time to play around with. This is going to get frustrating for Copenhagen Wolves. The one advantage right now is that they occupy the center of the map, which means it's really short for both A and B. But there's a good chance Rallen could get the bomb down here. If he can just make the crossover. He's got no grenades, so he can't really sort of block off the entrances to A. But it's still... this is still a pretty decent position for him. It's not unwinnable.
Whoa, and he decides to go into A apartments. If Freeze realizes and does a 180 right now, there is no way in hell Rollin is getting out of here alive. Freeze is going to be able to hold that line. Rollin is just going to get picked off. And there it is. Freeze repositioning himself, looking towards that site. Excellent play here by Freeze. This is exactly what needs to happen. This is going to be an easy shot for him to land. As soon as Rollin shows himself, this should be done. Freeze goes up a couple of centimeters, gets the job done. Very clean work there.
Super, super important. I mean, that's a round that they couldn't afford to lose on Copenhagen Wolves' side. That would have been frightening if they had. So they managed to avoid catastrophe, and now we'll have to see if there's gonna be, if it's gonna continue in this way. It's forcing ESC to eco. They did not get the bomb down. They only got the bomb down to the pistol so far.
Yeah, so they just don't have the money. And wow, ESC, let's go again. 3rd time's the charm. Well, for taking a bullet to the face, yes.
Hunden doesn't want to reload. He's just waiting. He knows more might be coming through. As Cillian goes down. Backside not having much luck with that exact position, but Mouse here, where he's about to get found. He's trying to jump his way out of danger, but it won't happen. SMF will take him down. Some good initial grenades, and rushing through here, and it's really, really hit and miss. You can get through, and if you're through fast enough and you catch them reloading, or you have some good flashes coming out, you can catch the CTs, but there's an overwhelming likelihood you're going to run into smoke and flash and grenades, and it will end badly.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Cillian is going to try and change up his position, because on this map, that is pretty much his go-to spot. for holding B site, getting to the back like that, and just hiding behind the pillar. So if he keeps getting picked off like that, curious to see if he's going to change it up. Freeze, however, able to get a sneak peek shot there at Sparrow at the entrance to A apartments. That is really going to set ESC back. Now they have to worry about him being up there. They have to worry about what's waiting for them at mid. The rest of them are gathered up towards B, but there's three players there, and now they can rotate an extra man over. No problem, Copenhagen Wolves. They still have Freeze. I mean, Freeze is moving slowly but surely back to connector. He's going to be on site for B very quickly.
And he took down Manise as well, and the misfortune for Manise there was actually quite incredible. He just scoped up where Freeze was holding, then he looked a little bit further up at the smoke, and just when he did that, Freeze walked out, and he tried to flick back down, but he couldn't do it fast enough. Asilian also has repositioned himself from his initial holding spot, which is back at B side. Now he's just in a really good position to get 2 kills like that, and this is now starting to look a little bit overwhelming. Yes, this is a CT-sided map, and as far as we can tell, it can even be pretty CT-sided if you know what you're doing. But ESC, they at least need to get in and fight for the bomb. That's the big thing here. They need to get in, put the bomb down, and fight for the afterplant.
I love that second jump there by Asilian. It's taunting innocent. It's like, yeah, I know that you know that I'm here. I'm gonna jump anyway, just to make sure, just to mess with you. But that bomb not gonna get picked up, and the backstab from MSL is going to get the job done. So 5-0. And these are looking very clean. Like Copenhagen Wolves, man, they aren't looking flustered at any point. Even when it got a little close there towards the end and Freeze had to walk in and do a lot of the work himself, it's definitely looking like Copenhagen Wolves. It's a totally different beast. They're unleashed here. On Cash, they might have got their paws stuck, in a trap or something, stopped them from moving around effectively. On Cobble, however, they're looking just amazing.
And look at this running through smoke. Asilian, it's his revenge here. He's fallen a couple of times really early in the rounds, and up from behind, MSL, well, looking the wrong way. I'm not sure why he would do that, but probably thought someone was hanging back a little bit. So that's going to be the first kill of the round for ESC, but Asilian there just doing really good work. And ESC, they've got to figure out sooner rather than later that running in like that in B is something that Copenhagen Wolves are well prepared for.
Indeed. No, they know. They definitely have the angles and the timings, more importantly, down. It doesn't really seem like anybody's getting caught out of position when those rushes are coming in. Hund and Asilian, they really do seem to have a good idea of where they need to be at what time in the round to be able to stop that kind of push. So that's the question now. ESC, are they going to be able to adapt their game? Because clearly the rush isn't working for them. Seems like the slow play, however, isn't going too bad. They've managed to pick up 2 kills so far. Freeze is now rotating over from the A side towards B. There's 30 seconds left on the clock, but the bomb is still dropped down in the middle of nowhere. And Asilian, very clean double spray down for him. Good spray control to get the second one. And an ace, you're right. So there you have it, man. Asilian, he got treated at the beginning with a sick spray, but then kept his cool at the end and managed to be in the right spot at the right time.
I do think you're right, though. I mean, considering the immense skill on ESC in terms of, like, raw aim power, I would have thought that the slow route would be their favorite thing to do. Just, inch across the map. But if you don't know the angles, even the slow route could be really, really hard. MSL can hear a bunch of people running through, and he's just hiding in the corner here. They got Tech 9s, though, and he's going to get the one. Freeze helping out as well, and he survives to try and run away. 5 health. That is almost disgusting. He should have at least gone down. That's like a... just a parting gift for ESC. Wow. Yeah, wow is right. Perfect round. This is starting to get to be a real problem because look at the money right now. 4 guys above $10,000 for Copenhagen Wolves. It's not about to get any easier here for ESC, Anders. No, it's really not about to get any easier. You're absolutely right. It's 8 rounds in, and they've picked up a double up. I like it. That definitely signals slow play. I want to see them just get the opening frag. At the very least, kill someone from Copenhagen Wolves, and then see if you can find a way out after that. Asilian makes the jump over the smoke. A little bit scary, but he's going to be all right. Sparrow waiting, see if he can catch anyone sort of walking down here. You can take a shot through on MSL or SMF here, but you have to know that someone's there, and that's not always easy. Asilian, look at where he's boosted up here. He's hiding behind the tree. Nastiness. That's a nice spot. It's not bad. I mean, again, a testament to the time that Copenhagen Wolves have spent on this map. They've got some little tricks up their sleeve to catch people off guard. Manise
will win the duel versus Freeze. Despite the fact that Freeze shot first, Freeze missed, Minis didn't. And so now ESC actually have an entry to build off of.
Yeah, really good stuff here. Super important. And, I mean, Freeze was even playing very defensively, so it took a while to find him. Look at MSL. He's boosted over, looking at the wall here. Minis, he can't know. And he's already down to 23, but they find the Cillian as well. Minis hiding in the corner. He takes SMF with him. A good start here for ESC. Exactly what they need now. They've got 25 seconds to get in here and get the bomb down. So these flashbangs are actually buying a lot of time. Another one is coming up for Hunden. They can't lose this round of time. That would be dreadful. There's the one kill happening. MSL all alone on the bomb side. He takes the bomb with him. If he runs, can they find him in time? They will find him. Rallen will find the kill here. That is really, really scary. But ESC come out on top, and it's 7-1. Great job from the Polish team. That's about time.
Wow, and they really are committing to this double ops play. Minis, he gets dropped an op from Rallen right there. So they aren't messing around right now, ESC. They are going for it. This is their strat, apparently. If it worked once, let's keep doing it. Until Copenhagen Wolves are the ones struggling, are the ones trying to figure out how to adapt to our play. But look, I was about to say, you know, after the success with the double op, were they really going to go for a rush play? It seemed like their intent was to just go jumping down into drop-down room, but it seems like they've decided to put the brakes on that for a second and see if they can't catch somebody out.
Yeah, and that's important. You can see that Copenhagen Wolves to switch up their style. They're holding very similarly over at B like they do every round, but MSL this time is much further forward, and Freeze is just, you know, actually, he's in a slightly different angle, so it's a bit of an off angle, as Nothing would say. Just trying to see if he can do that. Over at the drop zone, it's actually Hunden going down, but I still think finding the pickoffs here, playing it slow is the key thing right now for ESC. They have to find a kill on either Freeze or MSL here, and MSL is in a great position, but not really committing to it. Just going to fall back and smoke off. Freeze missing a shot as well. A little bit of shakiness coming out from Copenhagen Wolves. I think Cillian is going to be the key man here. He's going to have to come up big with not just one, but 2 kills.
Oh, but Freeze manages to pick up one. Cillian gets 1, 2 is a third one in the books. No, he had 2 bullets left, but SMF steps in, takes out Rollins, so now it's just down to Mouse. And Cillian going toe-to-toe, keeping that angle close, and he gets his 3rd frag in the end. So there you have it. Copenhagen Wolves, after a little shakiness and losing 1 round, they're right back into it, and ESC, they get their money reset. It's a brutal story. But yeah, Anders, I wanted to just keep you in that positive state of mind for a second longer until I told you that yes, the pause was incoming.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Father online. I'm trying to decipher that.
Does he have a dial-up modem and his father like took up the phone or something? What is happening?
I'm not sure. Good dad. The level of conversation is somewhat below standard, I feel like, but all right, we'll keep an eye on that conversation. This particular position from Cillian is actually very cool. I haven't seen this one used so effectively before, but now that it's worked twice for Cillian, I feel like they should realize now, like this should be the first spot almost they check coming out. If they throw smokes here and then like he can't be allowed to use this position a 3rd time. That's too much. And ESC, we could be looking at a 13-2, 14-1 type scoreline if it goes like this again. Like, if they have to string together multiple rounds, and obviously it probably won't be the next one because they really don't have money for it. So, I don't know. Rallen dropped. Is Rallen being DDoSed by Innocent's father? Is that what's... I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, wow, they're in league.
Oh. Maybe
boy.
Innocent's dad bet skins on Copenhagen Wolves and is somehow angry. Also, dad online. Father said, Rallen, go home. He's just restarting stuff. All right, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, he probably has to reload the wire or something.
And interestingly, Copenhagen Wolves, unlike you know what's typical for Danish teams, they're not complaining that much about the other team being delayed. Sometimes they tend to cry about it. I don't know if you've noticed this. They're like, oh, you guys are taking so long, where in fact all Danish teams do that as well, but...
Yep. That's, yeah, man, not going to contradict that.
Sorry I made you wait a little for that new house. It almost makes it sound like Innocent actually bought a new house just to avoid getting DDoSed. He's just like, to hell with this. I'm buying a new house. Yeah, Freeze playing it cool. I like that. That's good sportsmanship. And the ESC guys, by the way, are really, really friendly people. So I'd be upsetting if they ended up not agreeing on this stuff. I think actually, like, that's maybe the one thing that this DDoSing, horror has done to the scene. At least, like, a lot of the pro people will cut each other some slack for disconnects, because everyone knows what it's like. Everyone has been on the receiving end at this point. Including you guys out there in the chat, obviously being forced to wait a little bit here. But thank you for sticking with us. We really, really do appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And I hope you guys will, again, go and show some love to the various Twitter accounts. That's Unfire Semmler and Unfire Anders, but also ESL CS. That's also a Twitter account that definitely needs more followers, because ESL is doing so much cool stuff. I don't know if you guys missed the memo, but Katowice is the next big major, and it's ESL hosting it, and it will be off the hook as well. So, yeah, show them some love. Go and follow that account as well, and... yeah, do that, definitely. And a big thanks again to everyone who's been donating for the CSGO Lounge donation link over at that page. Definitely appreciate that. It's very helpful for us. What else, Semmler? I mean, are we... do you think we're going to see Nuke? I mean, what's really weird is the Nuke is also a very, very one-sided map. So it could go horribly wrong for one team here. I mean, if Copenhagen Wolves win this very convincingly, they could go on to win Nuke just as convincingly, or they could go on to get crushed on Nuke if they start on the wrong side.
Yeah, Nuke is one of those maps. It's like this one, right? If Copenhagen Wolves win the knife, start CT, it could be a whole nother ride for ESC where they just have to try and battle in and get the rounds in where they can, unless they can pick up the pistol. But it could be the same story all over again. This could be it. You know, Copenhagen Wolves, they gritted their teeth. They went through cash. They did the best that they could. But ESC were the ones, you know, who... Well, I mean, that was ESC's map, right? Now we get into the real brutal part of it, where the wolves are unleashed and they start hunting as a pack on familiar turf, and it starts to go south pretty quick.
Yeah, once that happens, you know, you got to be careful, because I remember I once watched a documentary on National Geographic or something about wolves being released into the wild again, and they have like an insane success rate, Semmler. I think it's...
They also have an insane impact on the natural environment.
They do, but this is the thing. I think lions and tigers and stuff, whenever they go hunting for a kill, their success rate is like roughly 50%. I mean, that's not that impressive really, but for wolves, it's like 80% or something like that. They almost always get whatever they go after. It's really quite crazy. So yeah, you know, if you don't control the population of wolves in certain areas where I think it was Alaska or something like that, where they tried to reintroduce some wolves in an area and things went horribly wrong because they ate everything. Yeah, a little bit of info there.
There is that. Man, it's been quite a while. It's like been a few years, but yeah, there was a National Geographic article. I think it was a National Geographic article. Was it just some study? But same sort of thing, right? Where it's just like the fact that you reintroduce wolves into the wild also then just stabilizes. It starts to stabilize the local ecology as well, just because you have the bigger, you know, grazing animals, etc. That, you know, then get thinned out a little bit, so then the plants grow a little bit more, so then the rivers flow a bit better because the plants are there to hem it in and all this sort of stuff, right? And you're just like, what? All of this from one animal. So wolves are awesome, man. I wouldn't mind, you know, Copenhagen Wolves, good team to be a part of.
They're quite effective, absolutely. Well, I think we are about to be unpaused, and we can stop talking about wolves and National Geographics, even though that's a really, really awesome channel. And I will try and not move the camera around so much when we're paused, so you guys get, you know, seasickness. ESC, they forced it up. That seems like madness to me. I absolutely do not agree with this choice at all.
It is time to get rounds on the board.
Well,
and SMF is not feeling generous.
Not for Sparrow, but Minis with a good return kill. This could actually be really big. If they go for Hunden quick, if they smoke off the rest of Copenhagen Wolves and go for Hunden right now, that would not be a bad choice. But now he's made his way all the way back site here. Still, this is not a bad position for ESC. That return kill was actually huge.
Yeah, I mean, he's really pulling his team's bacon out of the fire there, pretty much. Where do they decide to go from here, however? Hunden has alerted them to his presence at the back of the site. They pretty much knew that, though, ESC. They had to know that somebody else was there. Question is now, dealing with the rotators, and look at the positioning here from Mouse. He should be able to get the perfect backstab. He takes out SMF. He should be able to get more.
He might be able to, but they know where he is now. He's trying to make the cross. That's so dangerous, and Hunden has to not show himself. He has to stay alive, but look at him. He's coming in from behind here. Hunden gets the kill, and Mouse now in a really tough spot here. 1v2 with the bomb down in the middle of everything. He's going to go down. What a brave effort from ESC. That was way more successful than I had imagined. I thought they were going to get crushed, but the force-up, it so nearly worked, and then it just didn't, leaving them to eco one more time. So probably going to be 10-1 here. This is not a cool start at all. And now there's an auto-sniper in play. This is cruel and unusual punishment coming out from Copenhagen Wolves.
Right.
Yeah,
And look at this. I mean, it just continues because the Cillian goes with the Scar 20. He's like, hope? What is hope? It's not something you're allowed to have.
Oh, SMF does go down, but they catch the kills anyway right now. Innocent and Rallen, not sure they could do much. They're controlling the drop zone, but this time they are boxed in. And yeah, there are two people on either side, essentially, or at least right close to them.
Yeah, Hunden. Oh, Hunden, he's just basically watching drop down room into connector. If somebody shows themselves, they're going to be in for a rough surprise. Also, if anybody shows themselves on B site, Cillian is waiting with the Scar 20. I shouldn't be laughing, though. That's a horrible experience. So to just run in unarmored, well, armor doesn't really make a difference with a Scar 20, but to realize that there's a Scar 20 over there and you don't have like an AWP.
Oh.
And then Rale's just like, what's up, bro, Tech 9?
You cursed him. Hunden's going to try and run and try and see if he can pick up the Scar there. And he's going to be successful in doing that. Yeah. I'm glad at least one guy got the cruel and unusual punishment, the reference, yes. It's the American Constitution right there. 12th round coming up. Auto Sniper, AWP, and none on the ESC side. So again, dealing with these scoped rifles, Semmler, is going to be really difficult.
Yeah, there's two of them, which clearly makes it better. But then Hunden, the spray point blank gets the job done. That's what I'm talking about with timings. Hunden is making it there just in time for them to come through that smoke with their backs turned, expecting the flash, except that he's ahead of the flash, so he's not blind, and he gets 2 kills just like that. And ESC have got to be so frustrated.
Yeah, and Hunden actually showing some high quality play. The first 2 kills were really, really good, but then as they were shooting through, he resisted firing back, which is such a common mistake. Once you fire back, they can see where you're shooting from. He didn't have the M4A1 as, so he they could have seen where the bullets were coming from, and he could have ended up going down. So instead of just getting 2 kills and making 5 on 3, he could have traded himself, and it could have been a 4 on 3, and that's very different right now. So actually, a lot of restraint being shown from Hunden. That didn't look like much because it just looked like him not firing, which essentially it was. But it's hard sometimes to stop yourself from doing it. Freeze, easily taking down Minis. Innocent going to get 1 kill in return, but I think it's too late.
It's not looking too hot right now. Oh, nice shot, though. Takes out SMF. But Freeze is here. Freeze not looking the right way, per se, but he is still going to catch the bomb carrier. Misses the follow-up shot, but that's it. Set up for Hunden. It just seems like everywhere ESC goes, if they focus on one guy, they're getting shot in the back by another. And Copenhagen Wolves are just too damn good at CT side cobble. They know all the tricks, and their T side isn't bad either. So it's looking pretty rough here for ESC. But this is the difference between a team that has put a lot of time into this map to just get prepared to know the tricks, and a team that's, well, that's just not as prepared.
I mean, it almost feels like what we saw on Cash, where Copenhagen Wolves seem completely clueless, and now it's just reversed. ESC probably cursing Cobblestone right now, thinking it's the worst map in the world, but I'm sure Copenhagen Wolves had a similar feeling on Cash, and a little bit of karma maybe. Sparrow, the only one with a rifle currently picked up. They did buy a couple of Tech 9s here to try and see what they could do, but SMF is in a really tight corner there, just able to pick off Sparrow, and next in line, Innocent is going to fall as well, making it 12-1. We've got 2 rounds left, Semmler. Do you believe? Can they make it 12-3 at the very least?
They can. There's always the outside chance. There's always the outside chance. But with how confident Copenhagen Wolves must be feeling right now, now it's all about Copenhagen Wolves not letting up. Because we've seen teams do this in the past where they've had just such tremendous leads, and then they start making mistakes because they start getting ahead of themselves. They may be taking the lead for granted, and then all of a sudden they get slapped and they let a team back in. So this is all about Copenhagen Wolves now just trying to keep their cool and hold on to this lead. ESC, however, are the ones who have just got to feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders right now. How do you get back into this game when nothing seems to work?
Well, look at Freeze.
They're going for the slow play. They're going for the slow play, Anders. There you have it. That's ESC's way.
Both Freeze and Innocent were looking over the smoke in the middle to try and catch each other, and nobody did. And again, this particular fight has been going on for a while, and it seems like whoever wins it gets a big opening for his team. Minis walking in, Innocent. They spotted each other, and it's a leg shot. 1 health on Freeze. Oh, that is definitely a a little bit absurd. That should have been a kill, I think, for Minis. Now, MSL takes one in return on Mouse, and they're going to try and fall back. He's going to get found, though. And can they make the crossover in here? There's already a lot of people coming in. Freeze will pick up one kill. That one health actually securing him a kill at the end. Oh,
Dude,
my
he was
God.
blind when he got that as well. Dead blind. Absolutely blind. That is ridiculous, the fact that Freeze gets that. Oh, and now SMF exposed. Doesn't react in time, but Freeze does build on it. Takes out Minis. And now it's a 2-on-1 situation here. 15 seconds left. Rollin has the bomb. He's going to be able to get the plant, and he takes the kill on Hunden. Good fake plant there to draw Hunden out into the open.
And now Cillian comes in. The artillery here. The auto sniper shoots him in the hip. And that's going to be the end of it. No bomb plant happening. And ESC, I mean, if they wanted an AWP, they're going to have to be without armor at the very least here for the last round. 13-1. I don't know, like, there's no accounting for Freeze surviving on 1 health. If he goes down and MSL just trades 1-for-1 over at the A hallways, then all of a sudden they probably have that bomb site, and it's probably around for ESC, but 1 health made all the difference. 99 damage, right?
Yeah, and he only has, well, never mind. I was going to try and put a joke there, but it just didn't work. Alright.
Like a JC joke?
Maybe.
Cillian in the back here, auto sniper, trying to see if he can rein in a little bit more damage. Gonna get grenaded down, and he's somewhat alone in the back site here, but he's gonna find that opening. Freeze with the double up shot as well, leaving Mouse alone. He goes down. That's triple from Freeze, who really came into his own on this map. That's 22-1-4 for just 15 rounds, and good half is called, as you see ESC being super respectful and friendly, as they pretty much always are. So second half's coming up here, but this is a disaster. I don't think there's any way ESC can come back to this game. I think Copenhagen Wolves, they've shown us they can play T-side as well, and this is too much to handle.
Yeah, this is going to be incredibly difficult for ESC to handle. And I think basically tonight is opposite night, you know, because...
You know, oh, look at this. No Limit 900 came up with a joke. I got 99 damage, but a kill ain't one.
There you go.
That's well played in the chat. That's like as close as we could have got.
There you go. Okay, there you go.
Well,
but, I mean, still, it's just Cash went the way of ESC quite convincingly, and now Copenhagen Wolves are pretty much 2 rounds away from securing Cobble and putting us on a 3rd map on Nuke.
Sparrow's in an interesting position. Manise is in an interesting position, but they're all walking all the way along the far left side of the map, and they're going to get the opening frags. This is a disaster for the ESC team. This is not what they needed for the pistol. At the very least, they could have tried to win this, and it would have been different. Freeze, not even going to try and play it safe. He's just going to go aggressive and get himself killed. So maybe a little bit careless there at the end, but they should still win this round.
Yeah, look at Cillian's position as well. He was in the perfect spot. The Innocent just dropped right in front of him. SMF takes out Rollin and MSL. He spouts up Mao's execution through the murder hole. And that is it, 15-1. Copenhagen Wolves picking up the guns, and they do manage a very clever strat there. I mean, well, clever in the sense that it was just very sneaky, Anders. They walked in undetected by ESC. ESC, there wasn't any noise to alert them to the fact that they were just... The entire T team pretty much was walking out onto the bomb site. They just weren't aware until it was too late.
Yeah, that's...
Sometimes that's the way it goes.
Copenhagen Wolves doing what ESC also trying to do for so many rounds, but they have just way superior firepower here. Team kill in to help out. I think Rallin actually tagged someone up before that. The scout putting out the damage. Grenade on into Innocent is going to drop him down to half health, and Cillian just crouching around the corner for the kill there. It's not over yet, but it's a 3-on-3. The bomb down. No kit currently picked up on ESC, and this might be a 16-1 victory for Copenhagen Wolves. Completely stunning victory for them.
Yeah, about as decisive as it gets. I mean, 1 round off a perfect, and it's not every day that we see a perfect in CSGO. So no. I'm sure Copenhagen Wolves are kind of feeling a little miffed that they gave up that 1 round in the first half. They might be feeling a little disappointed in themselves. But there you go. And now it's just down to Rollin. He's got the scout. Jumping shot in. Hunden will pick up the final frag. And there you have it. 16-1. And we go to map 3.
Very, very interesting game, this one. Cobblestone